Hello, it's your favorite sports thunk here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Justin Fields was traded to the Steelers for a 6th-round draft pick. The Steelers had just recently acquired Russell Wilson. In January, ESPN's Jeremy Fowler wrote that consensus in an informal poll of the league evaluators is that Fields was worth somewhere between a 2nd or a 3rd-round pick in a pre-draft trade. At the NFL Combine in Indy, the Athletic polled 8 league coaches and executives who said Fields would likely go for a 2nd or a 3rd-round pick. Yes, Ocho, did the Bears botch this?
I really think they do. But for them to let him go with not much value and consideration for the talent that he is, I see it as somewhat disrespectful in a sense. And that is how they thought of him. That is what they valued him, if that's what they got for compensation as far as concerned when it comes to Justin Fields. To turn things around a little bit more, I was kind of confused by the move as well. But when I put things together and putting in better context, seeing that Russell Wilson is on a 1-year deal, I'm assuming this would be a year for Russell Wilson to put a good resume together, to put together some good film, to get back to being a starter somewhere else in the NFL the following year. And I'm assuming Justin Fields is going to be quarterback 1 for the future for the Steelers. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I right with this?
I like the way that sounds. I believe so too. He gets an opportunity to study up under a guy that's a very, very, very professional. Goes about his work. He understands the process of what it takes to become a great quarterback in this league. Russell Wilson earned his way. He was a 3rd-round draft pick. They signed Flynn from Green Bay, gave him a lot of money, and Russ beat him out for the job. But it seems to me that Justin Fields has been informed that he's not going to even be allowed to compete for the job. Yeah. I don't know how you tell somebody they can't compete for the job, because I'm going out every day trying to get better.
I think
so. Whether or not you give me the job, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Right. I'm gonna compete.
I think it's a good thing that he did come out and say that right away, so there is no confusion. That Russell Wilson knows he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. Small situation in comparison. Jimmy G, when Tom Brady was a quarterback, there's a certain level of uncomfortability with having someone that is maybe not you, maybe not as good as you, but the fact that when he is in there, he does play well. I think it's very unsettling for quarterback number 1. So I think the Steelers want to put in Russell's mind, put you at ease, letting you know you are quarterback number 1. Let's focus on the offense and what you need to do for us to get where we're trying to get to. And that's back in contention, for 1, to the playoffs, and doing what we used to doing is trying to win a goddamn Super Bowl. And I think Russell Wilson is the guy to do that. Even though I'm a banger, I'm just going to be realistic and honest about what they have offensively in Russell Wilson.
Ocho, I remember when this thing came up during the season. I said, Ocho, trade him at the trade deadline. I said, they're not going to pass on 2 number 1 quarterbacks overall. They're not going to do it. Justin Fields is not going to be there. So the later you let this thing play out, Ocho, I know you got to get rid of it. Why would I give you asking price? Why would I give you a 2nd or 3rd-round pick when I know you got to get rid of him? I know you can't have him looking over this rookie quarterback that you took with the first overall pick. And he was the starter for the past 2.5, 3 years. I know that. So why would I give you what you asked for? Now Chicago said, well, he wanted to go to Pittsburgh. You mean so frustrated with ticket buying experience? Game Time is the only ticket app that gives you peace of mind with your purchase. They let you see the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Their all-in prices show you total upfront, so you always know you're getting a great deal. And it takes no time at all. You can buy tickets in seconds with 2 taps. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, redeem code NIGHTCAP for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the Game Time app, enter the code NIGHTCAP, NIGHTCAP, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. If you want to appease Justin Fields, don't draft Caleb Williams. So that told me that you really didn't want to appease him. Now, you mean to tell me when was the last time somebody turned down a 2nd or 3rd round pick for a 6th round pick next year?
Absolutely not.
That's damage control. Y'all lost out on this. And y'all let these quarterback carousels get filled. You let Baker Mayfield go back to the Bucs. You let Cousins go to the Falcons. You see, now where was he going to go?
Yeah.
You up against it. Yeah. You look foolish just releasing him, which that's basically what you did. You gave him a sixth round. You got a sixth-round draft pick. If he plays, it can go to a fourth. But considering that he's not going to play, so guess what? It's going to be a sixth-round draft pick. Chicago botched this from the beginning because I would have traded him last year. I would have traded him at the trading deadline, knowing that I'm not passing up this quarterback, Caleb Williams. So you mean to tell me you was going to pass on Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Caleb Williams in back-to-back seasons? Come on, man. Trade him at the trade deadline. You weren't going anywhere. Guess what? You got the first pick, and now you might have had the second or the third pick. So now you really could have got your quarterback, you could have got your receiver. Yeah. Now you get Keenan Allen, so maybe you good. Who knows? I don't believe Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to fall to 9.
No, hell no. Nah.
Maybe he does. I don't believe he will. But maybe you can get that. Maybe you can get an offensive tackle. Maybe you can get the alt kid out of Notre Dame at 9. Maybe you get a pass. Maybe you get a pass rusher. Maybe you get something. But I'm just saying, Ocho, I would have traded Justin Fields last year at the trade deadline before, or I definitely would have traded him before. I would have traded him before during the trade deadline. But I'm definitely trading him before free agency because once that happens, Ocho.
Oh, but that's showing your hand too, Unc. That's showing your hand. That's what the Bears didn't want to do. The Bears didn't want to show their hand. I think they overanalyzed and they overthought and put themselves in a pickle. Overanalyzing and overthinking shit instead of trying to why are you trying to fool the masses?
When Red slid in your DMs, you met her. It wasn't no more. I ain't gonna show my hand. You put her ass on IG. You let everybody know.
That's me.
Okay, then you know you getting Caleb Williams. Who the hell you fooling?
I mean, we all knew that, but I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why management or the organization. Why you playing games? Who are you trying to fool?
Thank you.
This is a generational talent that's coming into the league. It's okay. It's okay. There's a certain notion that you have to be secretive, that you have to wait to the last minute and make it like it's a surprise. This one couldn't be no goddamn surprise. Right. You know you're drafting him. Just go ahead and do what you need to do and set your team up, set your organization up for the future.
Let me tell me, stay with me right here, Ocho. See if you can agree with me. What they were trying to do, they didn't want to tip their hands. Oh, we might keep Justin Fields. So somebody needs to come in and give us a first or a third because there's the potential of us keeping him. And if they really want him, that means they're going to have to pry him away from us. See, they were trying to we don't know what direction we're going to go in. We're not saying anything. Trying to drive Justin Fields' value up.
Right.
But here's the thing. If you got a car, Ocho, you know this about automobiles. You don't buy them like you used to, but you know every 3 to 4 years they come out with a new model, a new body style. Now you get left with, now you wait until the body style is actually out and see if you're going to get what you would have got had you got rid of it 2 years ago or a year before the new body style came out.
You're right.
And that's what happened. They let a new body style. They let a new quarterback potentially hit the market, which is Caleb Williams. I know you got to get rid of that old body style. What you looking like having 2 of the same cars, Ocho, in your driveway?
I have another question for you. Obviously, I don't know the record, but at the trade deadline, how are the Bears doing as a team? I know they didn't have a great season, obviously, because
they only won about 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, obviously because they're picking first, right? Obviously, so they might.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
No, that's Carolina's pick. So you already know you got that in the bag, Ocho.
So no matter what,
you already know you got that in the bag.
I think I'm assuming maybe they didn't want to trade him at the trade deadline because the team there might have been some type of momentum, something going on offensively. I just something about even the fans were chirping about keeping him, and I think the Bears just didn't want to make that move in season while things were going the way they were. Even though I'm not saying they were playing well, but they played well in spurts. They had great moments, the Bears did have offensively. Yes. So I think that might have been one of the reasons why they didn't let him go at the trade deadline.
And this notion where he wanted to go to Pittsburgh, really? So you want to go to a place where you know you're not going to play. At least, what about if they trade you to a place that say, yeah, we'll let you come in and compete for the job? So you want to go and just sit on the bench? Is that we're not Ocho? We're not wired like that.
No. At the quarterback position,
we're not wired like
everybody's
that.
a competitor.
After you've been a starter,
everybody's a competitor. You don't want to go sit on the bench. But I think with understanding and common sense for Justin Fields, and knowing that Russell is on a 1-year deal, knowing that sitting behind a perennial Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl champion, I know this is my job next year for the foreseeable future. So you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And we talk about Justin Fields is young. We talk about the next 10 years. This can be your job in I'm about to say in Philly, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. According to Ian Rappaport, the Bears had several offers for Fields this offseason, but sent him to Pittsburgh because that's what Fields preferred. At least 4 additional teams inquired about trading for Fields, but Fields' representation asked for him not to be traded there. He wanted the Steelers, and the Bears did right by him. What you mean?
I have a question. What if he did want to go to the Steelers, and understanding he could beat out the quarterbacks that were there previously before Russell Wilson got traded? Before maybe those are the words from Justin Fields, and understanding, you know what, Mason Rudolph, Pickett.
Yeah, maybe I
can beat those guys out. I want to go to Pittsburgh, but all of a sudden, boom! Then Russell Wilson goes there. Now,
exactly, and you. Right. So your thought process should change.
Well, you got to think. All right. Let's take it now. Let's take it back. Let's say your thought process changes. Oh shit, Russell Wilson's in Pittsburgh now. Now where else do you go? We have a chance to beat a quarterback out. Think about it. Where you going?
Oakland. He could beat our Gardner Minshew. He could beat our Aiden O'Connell.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. Him and Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew's been a starter before now. When he was in Jacksonville, he looked damn good. He played good, and he played good in spurts.
And the Colts
as well. But I don't know. I don't know. I think that's exactly what happened. He wanted to go to Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden, the Russell Wilson deal goes down, and boom! Oh shit! Now I'm stuck, and it's already out there on where you want to go. So you had no choice. You got to pull the trigger.
He better than the Giants. He beat out Daniel Jones.
Ooh, they just paid Daniel all that money. You know, I think they would purposely let Daniel start for the next 2 years because they paid him so much. They're not gonna have that much money sitting on the bench.
The Broncos paid Russ all that money. The Packers paid Aaron Rodgers all that money. Philly paid Carson Wentz all that money. We've seen him eat eating 80 million, eating 40 million. Eating 48 million, 38 million. So don't give me that they don't pay. No. They'll eat that money, Ocho. They'll eat that.
Yeah, I think it was too late, though, especially with representation already saying where he wanted to go. You think representation would have went back and said,
Vikings ain't got no quarterback. Who the Vikings quarterback?
Oh, that would have been a perfect situation. That would have been Kirk Cousins went last. He got traded last week, right?
Here in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was last week, right?
Yeah.
See, all this has probably been going on behind the scenes for a very long time, and he wasn't thinking that. He wasn't thinking that. Representation didn't know as well. You don't know where players are going until it actually happens.
But here's the thing, though. Behind the scenes, they be knowing. Agents be talking.
Yeah, that's
because they playing off each other. Hey, so what do you hear? What do they offer you? What do they offer your guy? Because most time agents have multiple clients. And they're not all one position.
That's a good one.
Only 2 quarterbacks have 100 or more interceptions and sacks taken in the last 2 seasons. Both of them now play for the Steelers, Russ and Justin Fields. So when you combine the sacks and the INTs over the last 2 seasons, both of those guys have at least 100. The Steelers think about this. The Steelers just turned the Pickett, Trubisky, Mason Rudolph quarterback room into Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, and only going to cost them a third-day draft pick next year and $1.2 million. Steelers been doing it. Boy, they've been.
Listen, I think it's a great steal. I think it's a great. I hate using the word great steal, but it's a great steal. It's a great steal because we know what Russell Wilson is capable of doing, and I think he's going to look like the old Russell Wilson based on the organization he's with, a winning organization, the head coach he's with, one that's not going to berate him and disrespect him publicly like who did out there in Denver. They're going to allow Russ to cook and do what he's used to doing. The fact that we're coming out and saying you are our quarterback number one to put you at ease and allowing you to focus on learning the offense. And I think they're going to hit the ground running. I really think they're going to hit the ground running because the level of talent, and a quarterback is only as good as the supporting cast. Only as good as supporting cast. And you goddamn, you've seen the flashes of what that young boy what young Bull could do. God damn it. Pickens.
Who? Where?
Pickens. Oh, man,
yeah.
We've seen the flashes. Now, if we can get him to play hard on every play, I know what you're gonna say about the blocking. We get him going on every play. Listen, we talk about a young fella, man. He taking everything to the house. Short routes, intermediate routes. He can go deep. He can do it all. Najee Harris is exceptional as well with the ground with the ground and pound and what's the number 30?
Jalen Warren, number 30.
That boy know he could tote that rock. Boy, he fast. They got a nice little dynamic there in the backfield, and I think they can protect Russell Wilson as well. They're gonna be all right. Well, until they play the Bengals, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What's their record? What's the Steelers' record next year? 17 game schedule. What do you think they'll be? 10-7, 11-6, 12-5, 9-8, 8-9.
I say 9-8 in playoffs. 9-8 in playoffs. They definitely going to the playoffs.